teamwork. I've never seen a more dedicated group of men and women involved in this investigation, all the way from the ATF to the Texas Rangers, Henderson County Sheriff's Department, fire marshal's offices, local, state police. I can't say enough about it. Teamwork paid off, and these individuals were tireless in their efforts to come to the conclusion that we are today. They spent many an hour away from their families, their children, and their homes. Some of them, I've heard, Seattle, Washington, and they've been here for weeks, and they never gave up. I want to say thanks to the citizens of Smith County for stepping up and helping us police your own property. We couldn't have done it without you. It would have been almost impossible to cover this big of an area without your help. Thanks for the prayers, the letters, and the words of encouragement from our citizens. Those helped tremendously. It kept these guys going, and I want to thank you for that. The last thing I want to say is that as we come to this time today, is to God be the glory. We couldn't have done it without His help. At this time, I want to turn it over to the Director of the Department of Public Safety, Steve McCraw.
Well, a few weeks ago, I guess it was last week, I addressed some of y'all at our conference in Tyler, a different location, and I told you we were going to get these individuals that were doing this, the serial arsonists, and sure enough, we were able to do that today, or last night. Arson is a devastating crime. It affected the community here in a way that, it's unheard of. The anxiety that these parishioners were having to deal with, the fact that they were doing all the patrols that they were having to do, the injury they did to the congregations. I attended a church gathering set up by one of the local councilwomen the other day, and I was very impressed with the togetherness that the community had. And that same togetherness is what I saw here as far as our our law enforcement partners. East Texas should be very proud of what the man behind me and the agencies represented back here did. There was long, enduring hours. When we were first brought into this investigation in the middle part of January, we were told there had been 3 church fires. Sure enough, we started working the case, and I brought my national response team in. And they've been here almost 2 months working entirely. And it's true, I've got individuals from all over the country working for the citizens of this state of Texas and for these counties affected. And I can't be more proud of these gentlemen and ladies and gentlemen that were here. We used our ETF chemists, our dogs, our lab, and it came together. And the Texas Rangers I can't speak highly enough. Steve, you should be very, very proud of the men and women that work for DPS. We brought this to fruition last night. While they were simultaneously making an arrest in another part of the state, where our special response team was making an arrest here locally. And I can't say enough how glad we are for this community that we've been able to do this. Our goal was progression of life and pursuit of justice, and I believe that we were able to do that. Arson is a violent crime, and we also like to announce that the Little Hope fire on the 1st of January is being ruled an arson. We didn't want to declare that earlier because it was part of the investigation, but we had 10 arson fires and 3 attempted break-ins, so they were on quite a spree. We are continuing the investigation because this investigation is not over till people are sent to jail permanently. So we're going to open it up to some questions, but we won't be able to bear with us because some of this is still ongoing and we're not going to be able to release anything. So if you have a question.
Well, just a lot of people in my class were saying oh, you go to this church, so how did it affect you and stuff, and all I said was I don't know, all we can do is pray now, so, because I don't know really what's going on.
What did you think when the church burned? that you found, but not just that, what did you think with the church burning that someone actually burned the church?
I was confused, like, why would they do this? Because it's really not going to, it's not going to do much, because it's not going to, if we're really Christians and we believe really hard that Jesus is in control, then it won't really affect us. We'll keep on doing church. And so it's kind of pointless to just burn down the church building.